Have you ever been scandalized by some words from Jesus in the gospel? You know, Jesus himself said, do not scandalize anybody. Do not scandalize those little ones. But excuse me, Jesus, the words you said today on this 23rd Sunday in ordinary time are very scandalizing. Whoever doesn't hate his mother and father cannot follow me. Wow. Excuse me, Jesus, you are in contradiction. In the Ten Commandments, the three first commandments are to honor God, to adore God, and the fourth commandment is about respecting our parents. And now you tell us that if anyone comes to me and does not hate his father and mother, and is it really hate? No. And wife and children and brothers and sisters, yes, and even his own life. He cannot be my disciple. Jesus, can you explain to us? We don't get it. So there is a lot to think here, because after he gives two comparisons to help us to understand and to lift up the scandal, by the way. First, he takes an analogy with building a tower. So he makes a detour to explain what he wants to explain. Whoever builds a tower needs to calculate the cost, the number of workers, everything he needs to build a tower, right? It's human prudence, it's basic prudence. And same thing about what king setting out to engage in the battle with another king doesn't calculate very carefully whether he can engage in the battle with a hope of success and victory. And after those two comparisons, Jesus come back to say, well, then every one of you who does not renounce all that he possesses cannot be my disciples. So what's the point Jesus is making? And especially by hating our own mother and father. Is it the hatred like when you hate someone because the person has been nasty and horrible to you, stole or killed someone in your family? Or is it a way of speaking for Jesus to tell us to prefer him rather than any earthly good, earthly possessions, relationships, no matter if they are natural relationships? Maybe that's the point. When Jesus one day was in a house teaching and there was a big crowd coming, and one from the crowd said to him, your mother and your brothers and sisters are looking for you. And Jesus answered, saying, who is my mother and my brothers and my sisters? And he said, those are who do the will of God. So the Virgin Mary didn't take offense of it because she understood at what level Jesus was speaking. We need to prefer Jesus rather than any good, any career, anything, if we want to follow him up to death. Since Jesus, the most humble person in the world, he left everything. He was naked on the cross. He washed the feet of his disciples. He lost everything. Even his disciples, since only John was at the cross and Mary, all the other disciples, they were not with him. So he is really the poorest of the poor. So in this sense, we can understand why Jesus said, nobody can be my disciple unless he renounces everything. It's a love of preference. So, are you candidate to follow Jesus? Maybe? Well, with the grace of God. God calls those whom he wants, but he gives the grace to follow him. If we don't have that special grace, we cannot follow him like the disciples did, like the saints did, up to martyrdom for some. Okay, God bless you all.